Prepare yourselves for a peek behind the curtain at the uproarious showdowns in the world of comedy. This video captures Katt Williams stirring the pot with fiery allegations aimed directly at Steve Harvey. While Harvey attempts to remain unfazed, his responses betray his irritation. In an unexpected twist, rapper Boosie sides with Team Katt, and even Bernie Mac's daughter steps into the fray. This drama traces its roots back to the renowned Kings of Comedy era, featuring Harvey, Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, and Hughley. Their on-stage chemistry was undeniable, but off-stage, things were far less harmonious, particularly between the so-called alphas, Harvey and Mac. Enter Katt Williams, the comedian known for his sharp wit, who's now shedding light on what really went down. He accuses Harvey of being green with envy over Bernie's success, alleging underhanded tactics to undermine him. Harvey, however, maintains that Bernie refuted these claims before his passing. But who's telling the truth? Fast forward to the present, and the drama reignites with Katt unleashing a new barrage of accusations in a sensational interview. Harvey's response is initially subtle, hinting at a higher ground approach, but he soon escalates, delivering veiled retorts through social media. Meanwhile, Boosie leaps into the fray, staunchly defending his ally, Katt. This conflict shows no signs of cooling down, with towering egos and the quest for the last laugh fueling the fire. The comedy world was sent into a tailspin when Katt Williams dropped bombshell revelations on Club Shay, hosted by NFL icon Shannon Sharpe. Williams didn't hold back, dishing out scorching critiques of some of comedy's biggest names, including Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish. Yet, his most scathing remarks were reserved for actor, TV host, and relationship guru Steve Harvey. Williams peppered Harvey with accusations, from envy of Bernie Mac's rise to fame to insinuations that Harvey quit stand-up comedy following a supposed comedic defeat at Williams' hands. The interview spread like wildfire, igniting debates across the internet. Initially, Harvey seemed inclined to dismiss Williams' inflammatory remarks. But as the interview gained traction online, he felt compelled to respond. Days later, Harvey's cryptic tweet seemed to dismiss the negativity, suggesting a mature approach. However, he doubled down in a video, alluding to an ongoing attack and hinting at a divine resolution. While not naming Katt Williams explicitly, it was clear whom Harvey was referencing. But Harvey wasn't done. He released another video, intensifying his rebuttal. Opposition often arises from unexpected quarters, he mused, adding that life's unfairness parallels the struggles faced by Jesus. He warned of deceitful individuals who skillfully weave lies with truths, urging his audience to be wary. His message was clear: not everything is as it seems. This is just the beginning of a clash of comedy titans, with the drama set to escalate further. To understand the roots of this epic confrontation, we turn to the genesis of the original Kings of Comedy. It all began in the late 1990s, when visionary producer Walter Latham conceived an audacious plan: unite the C-Army de la C-Army of stand-up comedians for a colossal arena tour, transcending the confines of small comedy clubs. Latham brought together a dream team: Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and, later, Hughley. But, as Latham later revealed, his initial vision was for a Def Comedy Jam reunion, not the Kings of Comedy. Latham recounted, the original concept wasn't about the Kings of Comedy. It started as a Def Comedy Jam reunion idea. I reached out to Stan Lathan in LA, the maestro behind Def Comedy Jams, hoping he could rope in stars like Martin. We brainstormed for a couple of months, but nothing concrete emerged. Then, one day, while I was at my son's football practice, constantly on the phone, the idea of the Kings of Comedy incessantly nudged at me. I didn't know exactly how to shape it. But Bernie, he was always reliable, a sure bet. So, I dialed him up first, got an immediate yes. Bernie was at a pivotal point in his career then, as his autobiography reveals. This rewrite aims to maintain the original script style, tone, and language while enhancing readability and narrative flow. Buckle up for the next chapter in this backstage comedy saga. Latham, orchestrating the tour, faced uncertainty with Cedric's career. He had managed all of Cedric's dates thus far and saw potential in Steve after catching his act in a striking yellow suit on an HBO special. Latham's instincts told him Steve would be a stellar addition to the lineup. He reached out to Steve last, having already secured commitments from the others. Little did many know, this lineup was not the original plan. The tour catapulted to monumental success, raking in $37 million as audiences flocked to witness these comedic giants on one stage. The phenomenon even birthed a movie, doubling its box office expectations. However, the spotlight and fame weren't without their shadows. Behind the glamour, a brewing storm between Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac simmered, their onstage chemistry masking a growing offstage rift. Post the tour's triumphant conclusion in 1999, murmurs of a reunion circulated but never materialized. Particularly, the unresolved tension between Harvey and Mac stood as a roadblock. In 2018, DL Hughley shed light on this, expressing both his excitement and subsequent disappointment at the reunion's collapse. He understood the complex dynamics at play, acknowledging both Harvey's and Mac's individual journeys and their decisions to chart their own paths, despite any underlying bitterness. Cedric the Entertainer, in an interview with Shannon Sharpe, painted a picture of two strong-willed individuals. Both Harvey and Mac, he observed, were alpha males with differing views, yet they managed to navigate their differences in the end. Bernie Mac himself, in a 2003 GQ interview, laid bare the depth of the feud with Harvey. He accused Harvey of not just jealousy but active sabotage, alleging efforts to prevent him from securing movie roles. This claim hinted at a rivalry more intense than mere creative differences or bruised egos. In 2014, Damon Williams, who opened for the Kings of Comedy tour, referenced Mac's GQ interview on the Comedy Hype channel. He recounted Mac's accusation that Harvey tried to replace him in Ocean's 11, illustrating the lengths of Harvey's purported jealousy and the extent of their discord. However, Harvey's perspective, shared in an interview on BET's Conversations with Ed Gordon, painted a different picture. He expressed initial anger at the GQ article but emphasized his long-standing positive relationship with Mac. Harvey claimed that when he confronted Mac about the article, Mac denied making those comments, leading Harvey to dismiss the feud as a media concoction. Harvey's stance suggested a deep-seated respect between the two, despite their past competitive streak. Yet, Katt Williams offered an alternative narrative, hinting at untold aspects of the Harvey-Mac relationship. Williams, who revered Mac's comedic genius, hinted at revelations he planned to disclose in a future Club Shay interview with Shannon Sharpe. His promise to unveil hidden truths in 2024 set the stage for a dramatic revelation of the intricacies of their relationship. This section continues to follow the style and tone of the first, focusing on maintaining narrative consistency while enhancing the flow and clarity of the storyline. In the tangled web of comedy royalty, Williams' take on Harvey's feelings towards Bernie Mac is incendiary. Williams paints Harvey as someone green with envy, unable to stomach Mac's burgeoning success post the Kings of Comedy tour. Katt's declaration on Club Shay is bold and unapologetic. "Why aren't you a movie star? Didn't want to be, huh?" That's the guy who begrudged Bernie the same. You went after his role in Ocean's 11. What do you mean, you didn't want stardom? Speaking for Bernie, I've got something to say. After Bernie left, those same three, the Kings, they came knocking. I was the chosen fourth. I got the offer. And I turned it down. Why? Because you dissed Bernie, and I know what's up. You think I'd let you disrespect Bernie and then come for me? The next king? No way. Why? Because while Bernie was around, you played like you were funnier. That man outshone all of you, and you thought less of him. You thought he was just some ugly, black guy and you, the handsome one. But comedy doesn't work like that. The king is the funniest, period, each time. No audience was ever fooled. If Bernie opened, didn't he still reign supreme? Come on now. In this fiery discourse, Williams accuses Harvey of not just jealousy but of actively trying to derail Mac's career. He even alleges Harvey and the other kings sought his allegiance following Mac's exit, which he rejected out of respect for Mac. These allegations mirror Mac's own past claims in the notorious GQ interview, suggesting a deep-seated bitterness between the two. Despite Harvey's public assertions that Bernie refuted these accusations, Williams firmly believes there is more to their rivalry than meets the eye. However, the story doesn't end with these accusations. Delving into Katt's personal history with Steve Harvey adds another layer. Back in the early 2000s, as Katt's star was rising, Harvey publicly endorsed him at the BET Comedy Awards, suggesting a harmonious relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the hottest young comedians in the country today. He's got my approval. This guy is on fire. Give it up for Katt Williams. Despite this apparent camaraderie, tension simmered beneath the surface, coming to a head during a 2008 New Year's Eve show in Detroit. Billed as a comedic showdown, the championship of comedy, it seemed set to pit Harvey against Williams. However, Katt later clarified that he wasn't behind this competitive narrative. That was all Steve, he said. He concocted the whole theme, waited until I announced my retirement, then turned my final show into this so-called championship battle. Harvey, on the other hand, denied orchestrating this rivalry angle. In a candid interview, he dismissed the notion of any such championship setup. I had no idea about this rivalry concept, he stated. Once I heard about it, I shut it down immediately. That's not my style. I've shared the stage with the real giants, the kings, and it's always been about unity, not competition. We aim to give the audience the best, not to stir up petty feuds. This 2008 show, while hyped as a clash of comedy titans, was, according to both comedians, merely a promotional stunt. On stage, however, Katt didn't hold back, delivering a set that was both respectful and unabashedly direct. The narrative continues to weave through the complex relationships and rivalries within the comedy world, maintaining the original script's tone and style while enhancing clarity and storytelling. In the dramatic culmination of this comedy saga, Katt Williams, on stage, commended Steve Harvey for his comedic prowess, labeling him as one of the all-time greats. However, the civility was short-lived. Katt unleashed his acerbic wit, targeting Harvey. Why is he even here? All that dough spent on his flashy smile, just to gab about some audience member for an eternity. He should have been roasting me, like I'm about to roast him. This fiery exchange was revisited by Katt in his explosive Club Shay interview, where he audaciously claimed that it was his scorching performance that led to Harvey's retreat from stand-up comedy. Katt elaborated, saying, Steve claimed he quit stand-up for his TV gigs, but let's get real, he had none at that time. It was our face-off in Detroit, the so-called championship of stand-up comedy, that did him in. I called out his wig, went all in, and that's why he couldn't step back on the stand-up stage. In Katt's version of events, their New Year's Eve showdown wasn't just a comedic duel, it was a career-defining moment that marked the end of Harvey's stand-up journey. Williams reveled in the retelling of this epic battle, claiming full responsibility for Harvey's exit from the comedy stage. Amidst the conflict between Harvey and Williams, controversial rapper Bowie Badass emerged as a staunch supporter of Katt. Following the Club Shay interview, Bowie expressed his unwavering loyalty during an Instagram live session. I can't speak much on the Katt and Steve situation, but I know Katt's the real deal. When I got out of jail with nothing to my name, Katt not only invited me to his show, gave me front row seats, but also handed me $15,000. That's realness right there. Others might have shouted my name, but Katt showed up when it mattered. Bowie's gratitude towards Katt was palpable, highlighting the rapper's readiness to defend Williams against any disrespect from Harvey. This loyalty was born from Katt's act of kindness, which left a profound impact on Bowie. Adding another layer to the narrative, Bernie Mac's daughter, Janice McCullough, publicly expressed her gratitude towards Katt for his respectful words about her father during the Club Shay interview. She took to social media, praising Katt's sincerity. I deeply value the genuine love and respect Katt Williams showed for my dad. It means the world. It's one thing to pay tribute when someone's gone, but where were these people when he was alive? Katt's words ring true. Both Bowie and McCullough's endorsements add significant weight to Katt's stance, further intensifying the ongoing drama between these comedy titans. As this tale unfolds, it becomes clear that in the world of comedy, laughter is just one side of the story. Beneath the surface lie rivalries and alliances, each with its own set of complexities. Stay tuned for what's next in this riveting comedy tell-all. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with the latest developments in this ongoing saga of laughs, egos, and backstage dramas.